Okay, so hey everybody, welcome back to the AdRates TT eSports Dota 2 Weekly. This is our grand final for week 4. I am Basekip. I'm bringing you guys this game, and with me is the captain of Team Winrar, Eslor. So how about you say hi, though? People have already heard you, I guess, a little bit.
Hi, yeah, I'm Eslor, captain of Team Winrar. Was in the same tournament's finals last week. Unfortunately lost to Infused, but I know quite a bit about Dota, so I hope I can make this cast a little bit more interesting.
Hopefully it'll be entertaining. So, right off the bat, Derailed, Darkseer, and Coddle as the bans, and Batrider next, not too surprising from ETID. But what do you think about the Darkseer ban? I think there's a bit of debate as to whether or not he's worth the first ban.
It depends on your playstyle, really. He is so very, very strong in lane that if you can use that to transition into the mid game with a fast mecha or something, and then just go 5-man, then you're in a very good position. And if you don't like the playstyle, or if you plan to play something else, you just ban that.
And Lifestealer is the first pick, so
I think we might see a Wisp in this game because it hasn't been banned yet.
Yeah, Wisp hasn't been banned just yet. I guess Rubik also worth mentioning as a support, especially against a Magnus and a Bane. You've got two enormous ultimates to try and steal there. Bane, obviously a nice pickup against the Lifestealer Fiend's Grip, a fantastic way to lock him down. And the reverse polarity, obviously not half bad either. I guess Magnus a little bit weaker now that you can't skewer magic immune targets, but I don't know how much that'll come into play.
A little bit less. You should be able to combo it with your ultimate.
Yeah. So it's going to be a Rubik and Undying, so looking pretty aggressive. Derailed actually won their last game to the semifinal matchup they were playing in 9.5 minutes. Bessio tapped out after being... It was only 6-0 the difference, but they lost one team fight, basically 4-0, and just GG'd out. So I guess maybe Derailed looking for a repeat of that. And Gyrocopter can be picked up by ETID. Love the pick. Flat Cannon's obviously great against Undying. There's no target cap, so you can just wipe out his zombies for free gold. And so what are we looking for right now for both teams? Do you think Gyrocopter is going to be sort of a carry, or are we maybe seeing an Akicopter?
He'll be put on the support roles. He doesn't need that much farm. Some people like to run him as carry because he does scale well with items, but he kind of needs a little bit of levels and a little bit of farm. But if you're against Undying, you'll get that farm in from the zombies. It gives a crazy load of money if you activate the Flat Cannon and kill all the zombies in one hit. So I think every time I die is going to be looking for a mid laner and carry, and Derailed on the other hand will be looking for two solos. So you see every time I die banning out solo heroes right now. Queen of Fame ban, Queen of Fame very, very strong against Magnus. Absolutely great in lane, any melee hero for that matter.
Yeah, and Magnus, I mean, more than likely going to be the mid. He's okay in a lot of solo versus solos and can't really, I mean, suicide lane anymore since Skewer got changed. He can still do it, I guess, but it's nowhere near as safe as it used to be when you had a 1200 range Skewer as a get out of jail free card. So
well, if you know that Derailed is going aggressive tri lane, then you can just solo there because you'll be against one hero only.
Yeah, and Derailed, if they're not going to be running an offensive tri lane, then they're sort of wasting the Undying pick. So we're more than likely just going to be seeing that offensive tri lane. ETID, I guess, could try and dodge the tri lane, which is something that we do see a lot of teams doing. You just put your suicide laner on your safe lane, run your tri lane off on the off lane, and then force the other team to TP down to you. Losing some time, losing some gold. It's, I guess, a reasonable option. And more mids, well, more solos banned out by ETID, and we've got a puck picked up. So Derailed using all of their bans on really defensive supports. I guess it definitely makes sense, given that they are probably going for this offensive tri lane. And
Puck being a very good hero against Magnus, if you manage to initiate on him with Dream Coil, he can't get a proper positioning with the Skewer because he'll be stunned. And then if you follow up with the Waning Rift, they'll be pretty useless. Also a very good interrupt against the Bane ultimate. And to shut Gyro down from using all spells, so seems like a good pickup to me.
Definitely, and also I guess denying the pick as well a little bit every time I die. I'm interested to see what their second solo is going to be. You're still expecting to see a carry, and it might still be. I mean, they've got that flexibility. I mean, Gyrocopter could be the solo, he can be in the tri lane. He's got he's got a million ways to be run, and every team has a preference. So we'll see what it's going to be. They've already got a lot of tools to sort of deal with the lifestealer. I think they got reverse polarity, they got fiend script, they've got call down, which now properly slows the magic community. So we probably won't see too much more hate thrown his way. Worth noting as well that Wisp has actually made it all the way through to this point, but I don't think there's really space for it on Derailed, and I don't know about the pick for ETID. So.
Well, if they want to run Bane as a mid lane, they can still pick it up, I think. But probably not gonna happen, even though it's very good against Puck. I kind of want to see Doom being put into a solo lane with Magnus Smith. I've played Doom a few times, and he's counter to everybody, but he counters Puck even harder. Or Silencer, that works also.
Oh yeah, Silencer is going to work out really well. And Luna now from Derailed. So what we actually saw them, what ended up happening last game was that they ended up with a solo offlane lifestealer against the duo lane, which, I mean, we only saw it for about 9 minutes, so no real clear indication of how well that worked out, but I guess right now we're looking at potentially the lifestealer as one of the solos, and then the Luna going to be with the Rubik and the Undying, and then Puck the remaining solo. We'll have to see.
Yeah, lifestealer should be able to solo up against Magnus.
Yeah.
And a Warlock.
Okay,
Flavor of the multi-pick.
Yeah, FOTM King, the Warlock, and I mean, there's some huge team fight on Every Time I Die right now.
And there's no way for them to counter it with the Silencer up. You can just initiate yourself, and there can be no follow-up from another team. No way Puck's gonna get any good silence off.
Exactly. So we're gonna get into the game. I'll run over who's playing what on Derailed, and then actually, yeah, names are about the same on both teams. So anyway, I'll do Derailed. So we're gonna have Rubik being played by Yoko. Decider is gonna be on the lifestealer. We've got Last, I think that's his name with a whole bunch of A's, playing the Puck. Dio Magstor, you might have to help me with that one, on the Luna, and XKX on the Undying.
Yeah, crazy names. Are they Russian?
I have no idea. And ETID, what do we got going on?
Ooh, on ETID we have Dantes going up as some Bane, who seem, yeah, it's definitely Bane support. Or TR Strateg, I don't know what the fuck, going up on the Warlock. LKB on the Silencer, Ervix on the Magnus, and Jimmy's on the Gyrocopter. Look, Derail's currently looking for a first spot, but I think ETID know that, and they're not gonna get picked up here.
Yeah. I mean, they don't necessarily have great level 1 supports in the Bane and the Silencer. So.
Ward already up.
Yep, we got a really aggressive ward down, a little bit of scribble. It's so weird. I'm actually getting the wrong camera right now. Are you seeing, like, various the little trapezoids for the cameras floating around? There's like, for me, there's one on mid. Yeah, I guess we've still got the admin in, so you might be able to see mine, but I can't see yours. So right now, what have we got going on? We've actually got the Luna up towards top. So look, it is just going to be the solo lifestealer down on that bottom lane, matching up against the Magnus, so a pretty good lane for him, frankly. Mid is going to be Warlock versus Puck. A little bit unusual, though. We'll see how it all works out. I mean, Warlock fairly difficult to kill because you can't really harass him that much. Like,
he picked up 2 gauntlets of strength, which gives him a lot of survivability, but he will be behind in last thing against Puck right now. There's no damage at all.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if it might just be the Shadow Word stats build from him. I think it's pretty common at the moment, and I mean, yes, Fatal Bonds are good, but you're not really going to use it for harass, so this works out. We got some initiation up on top. Dante is dragged back by the telekinesis. Just a couple of slaps going out, but the Curse of the Silent straight on top of everybody, and looks like this one's going to tick for pretty much the full duration, so a fairly good spell as far as Trilane versus Trilane is concerned. And what do you think about this Trilane versus Trilane? Who's gonna... I mean, there's definitely kill potential on Derailed.
Yeah, definitely the edge towards Derailed, but they don't have that much lockdown. That's the problem that I always have with Undying. He's very strong, can deal lots of damage, but he doesn't have anything to stop people from just running away. And no, they're not gonna catch anything here.
No.
That's also a problem. Rubik's stun isn't really that long.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the early levels, it's, what, a 1 second, well, 1.5 second lift. And
It's decent, but...
Yeah, it's not great. Dying completely out of mana right now, just from Curse of the Silent Spam. So, not having a fun time. And really good warding as well from ETID so far. Making sure that the pole camp isn't blocked out. Derailed is trying to body block, well, Yoko is trying to body block it right now. And looks like he was successful. He's going to go down and around. There's a hole cut in the trees, so he's going to be fine to escape. Oh, needs a tango. Yeah, Curse of the Silent goes out. Next level stuff. Oh, the tombstone. They go back. Telekinesis lift up into the air. The Silencer now in trouble. Deathlust zombies going its way. That's going to be our first blood. And Dante's and Hot Jimmy's trying to run away. We've got TP straight back towards the top by the Silencer, but XKX and Theo Magistro still want this kill. Nice Nightmare buys Dante some time. They need to pull it off and then kill the... Yeah, they managed to kill the Bane. Still a couple of hits being traded. Standing their ground. Rocket Barrage goes out, but the Gyrocopter does drop, and that's a double kill for the Undying. And Silencer can't do much except for watch. Yeah, Luna will die, said the last word. But I think managed to get out of XP range there as well, so nice little play and not really giving Silencer too much. So.
Yeah, the edge definitely goes towards the train on this right here.
Yeah, and well, Undying didn't actually get as many levels as I thought out of that one. But I mean, they're almost up to level 4, and you look at the supports over on ETID, and you've got level 2 on the Bane. And still in level 2 on the Silencer, so the edge definitely theirs at the moment. And as far as overall farm goes, it's pretty much all in Derailed's hands right now. Nakes and Puck doing a really good job in the solo lanes, and as we've seen, top lane just really going fantastically as far as those kills are concerned. So, just got to play defensively, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, once you've lost a trade like that in the tri-lane, it's really hard to get back up unless you get a nice pick-off. So, Bane might be looking for Nightmare on the Rubik or something on the side. And with the Rocket Barrage, you'll pretty much instantly drop.
Yeah.
But as long as Radiant plays out well, then they'll win that lane.
Yeah, exactly. And the problem is oh wait, what's happening mid? Okay.
Mid lane.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the health drop, but looks like he's going to be okay. Bottle dropped off as well. Interesting to see the multiple points in Fatal Bonds. Right now, I mean, it's okay for harassment, but doesn't really give you enough lane control to be able to contest the runes. And as you can see, I mean, Puck is just going down, grabs the 4-minute rune, doesn't miss out on any experience either. So
he might just want those Fatal Bonds to go up to top lane at level 6 or level 7.
Yeah, exactly.
And wipe the tri-lane there, and then transition into a push with the Infernal still up.
And the Infernal, now that it's been fixed, is definitely a lot stronger than it was. So.
Very, very strong.
Yeah, I mean, it was broken to the nth degree before. We've got some action, well, threatened up on the top lane. Creepwave is pushing in a little bit, Curse of the Silent down. Looks like they want to go. Tombstone drops, lift up into the air on the Bane. First target there, does manage to heal himself a little bit with the Brain Sap, but Nightmare not buying him too much space. Looks like the Silence will pop on XKX, but they're still diving. The zombie's going to work, and Jimmy's trying to stand his ground, but in comes the Creepwave. He's already gone. Yoko jukes down into the trees, and now the Silence are pinged out, not able to get anything else done. So that's another 3-0 wipe in favor of Derailed up on this top lane. And I mean, the problem for ETID is they don't really have flexible solos to come up towards top. Well, Strateg does... Well, how is it Strateg? God, again... People need to help with these names. He's got level 6, so I guess...
Warlock.
Yeah, we'll call him Warlock. Warlock, now level 6, could try and go up towards top, but looks like the adjustment from ETID is actually going to be heading down towards the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Decider's just, well, I'm jungling. Okay, everything's fine. And we'll see if anything comes of this rotation. But it's...
Signers is also going to come in there.
Yeah.
That's really the problem of ETID right now. They don't have any strong laners. Even Magnus is a pretty weak laner.
Yeah.
So they can't switch up lanes, like put a Clockwork or a King of Pain who just doesn't die in the top lane.
Oh, Silencer, you poor soul. Nice Nightmare. Oh, gets denied as well. Nicely played. I guess...
Nothing the Lifestealer could do about that.
Oh, didn't quite have enough duration left on the Rage. RFX in trouble on top, wants the kill on XKX, but Sora finishes them off, so... Nice little play, another big dive. Tombstone goes down, pressure on the tower. No siege creep in this wave. And Warlock comes up solo. This is the manliest Warlock that I think you've ever seen, but there's 4 here waiting. Oh, Warlock, what are you doing?
Bonds, if he gets good.
There's the rock. Where's the bonds? He gets
Where's
lifted. Doesn't even get the bonds off. If he had got the bonds, he would have killed Luna, and probably the Undying.
One.
Flaming Fist gets one
He
anyway.
would've made a
Dream
triple
Coil.
killer, yeah.
Nice reverse polarity. Nice cleanup here, but and looks like Yoko might die as well, being chased by the Golem. RFX trying to cut off the escape route right now. Look at the Golem, maybe a little bit too slow. Nobody else can really make it there. Lift, Yoko, running for his life. Yeah, I think the Golem's gonna catch him. 320 versus 290. He's right on top. So a nice turnaround for ETID on top, though. All of the experience pretty much going to Magnus's way. So he's now level 8. We'll see how much he's gonna be able to get done. And 2-man decay on bot as XKX comes down. So Magnus now in an okay position to try and, I guess, deal with the Luna up on top, especially if the Undying is going to be down on this bottom lane right now. So we've got lane swaps everywhere.
Yeah, Magnus should be fine soloing right now. It's again gonna come down to the bottom laner, who's gonna win that. So we might see an engagement in here with the life steal also coming in.
And makes it to level 7. He's got some phase boots up. I mean, Luna does need to now be careful up on top, so her farm is probably going to slow down a little bit. And Puck, level 8, regenerating for him, so Magnus comes down, not going to be able to find it, just a little bit too late. Yeah, it's going to spot the Puck, and we got some pings, but that's about the extent of it. So
there's a problem right now on the dire side. Magnus doesn't have teleport. Oh, now he picked
bottom lane.
one.
Yeah, Jimmy's already dead. Tombstone down. Another big dive from Derailed
They'll
right
just
now.
dive him. Yeah. I really want to see Magnus teleport in there. He's not, and now he's finally arrived.
Yeah.
But it's too late.
Yeah, there's the last hit up on him as well. The Sider's ready to go.
If you can't cast a spell under the last word, you're absolutely useless after duration.
Yeah, and one more kill going this way. Yeah, just no stopping the Nyx right now. He's even still got Infest up, by way of escape. And the tier 1 tower on top also goes down. So Derailed just applying pressure and not being punished for it at all, aside from that one reasonable fight up on top, though. Still, Warlock didn't get those bonds off. And he had like 3 ranks in bonds at that point, so it could have gone a lot better, I think.
Yeah, same.
And yeah, just the immediate push from Derailed. I mean, you gotta make as much use as you can of the Undying while he's strong, right? He does fall off in the late game, at least a little bit, once the Tombstone is less relevant, so that's all they're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. They gotta make us early teamfights happen. Because if Dari doesn't have those big cooldowns with Infernal and Reverse Polarity, they'll just lose every single teamfight.
RFX comes down. Hot Jibbies just wants to farm. He doesn't actually have a TP scroll available right now. I think he just TP'd up towards the top lane, so maybe not in a position to take a team fight. Trying to get some farm up on the Silencer right now, but he comes in on mid, and there's still a Dream Coil ready to go if Last wants this solo kill. And yeah, that's it. So is Puck maybe in trouble? It's only level 4 up on the Bane. He does have a Nightmare to what?
Well, that was a mistake.
That was a double tap mistake, but I mean, had he got the Nightmare off, then they could have been able to get Gyrocopter in position with a homing missile and get a stun, and then everybody else turns up. But yeah, that was a bit of an embarrassing mistake.
I've that option turned off just for not making mistakes like that.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with Shadow Demon. There's nothing more embarrassing than disrupting yourself, I think, when you could go for kills. And ETID walks straight up onto the high ground on mid. They do manage to drop the rock. Yoko almost dead immediately. Nice reverse polarity. Eclipse over the top as well. Here's the call down. And what a wipe. I mean, I don't think we even have Bonds doing anything. Last comes in, however, with a double damage decider. Still alive with the Infest, and it's actually looking a little bit worse than I first suspected. Yeah, open wounds up on the Silencer. Ultra kill for the Nyx. Survived the burst, and then comes out on the other side fairly healthy.
He didn't even cast Fatal once. Now he dies as well.
I don't know what's
really weird. Just not making full use of his potential set.
Yeah, I mean, they got a huge reverse polarity. I thought, okay, this is a really good team fight. They've got call down, everybody's gonna get destroyed, and then all of a sudden, Lifestealer pops out, heals himself to full, and goes to work. So that was a weird team fight, and I don't know what's going on with this Fatal Bonds on the Warlock, frankly. Like, even if it being on cooldown before he died, it's just don't know what's going on. Did Rubik just really steal reverse polarity after Magnus had respawned.
Sloppy. That's so sloppy.
That's
from Magnus.
yeah. I mean, that's just not good awareness when you're playing against a Rubik. I mean, we talked about a potential teamfight advantage for ETID when they've got their cooldowns. Well, now Derailed have their cooldowns, and ETID have nothing to throw right now. So just another tier 1 tower. And ETID just being pushed further and further back. And I mean, even if okay, so let's hypothetically, if they use their defensive team fight really well, and they hold on and they take it to the ultra late game, how does it look for them? Well, we'll talk about that right after this fight because Dantes is now in trouble. Gets the nightmare off on himself, but Last finds that kill, and the zombies just continue their furious assault. Open wounds up on Jimmy's. Nobody to really help him out. I think the Lucent Beam just did about half of his health there, and yeah, wicked sick now on the lifestealer.
The late game match is definitely towards the dire side, but I don't think they'll even make the late game.
I don't know if they're going to be able to make
surprised.
it there right now.
I'll be surprised if they even make it past 30 minutes right now. They're doing really bad. He's looking for a reverse polarity.
Yeah, but Rubik also still has reverse, so this could be bad both ways. We'll see. Nah.
Magnus just lost his lane to Art on the bottom against Lifestealer, and he doesn't have arcane boots nor blink there. He only has bottle.
Yeah, he doesn't really have anything to contribute. He has levels, but hasn't really been able to make too much happen. I mean, had that team fight mid been just that little bit better, you know, it'd be a completely different game. I think that Fatal Bonds really changed the outcome of this game. Like just not being used twice, top and mid. Sloppy play from the Warlock, I have to say. And ETID decide cooldowns are up. Go for a 5-man push, not a bad idea overall. Luna did actually just TP recently up towards the top lane, so she's gonna have to walk her way down. But Cider ready to go off the side with his armlet, and there's still reverse on the Rubik for about another 50 seconds. So
I want to see Lifestealer investing the puck.
yeah, the Invis puck as well. Invis puck with a blink. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. But again, there's huge wombo combo in ETID, so we'll see how this works out. And we do have the infest up in the puck, so ready to go. He's on the high ground. Gets the silence on 2. There's the Dream Coil. Out pops the Nakes. Warlock already dead. Can't get the rock off. The reverse polarity from Yoko catches a whole bunch. The call down thrown by Jimmy's, but here's the chase. And open wounds off cooldown in about 2 seconds. I don't think they even need it. One more right click is all it's gonna take. So now a monster kill streak for Derailed, and it's what, a 16 kill discrepancy at this point. It's looking pretty bad.
It's looking very bad.
So
I don't even know what went wrong there in the team fight. Nobody got their spells off on the dire side.
yeah.
Bad positioning, I guess.
I mean, they didn't have any way to. Okay, so he sounds 2. He Dream Code 2. It looked like, I think Bane at least managed to start channeling his ultimate, but then Rubik just walked straight in and reverse polarity the rest of the team. So, I mean,
You know, if you just go to the net worth tab right now, I think it's safe to say that I don't see the die coming back from this.
yeah. I mean, Silencer's pretty sad. He's got 255 net worth. That's less than he started the game with. I think that's worth mentioning. You know. So,
Yeah, he's a tango and he healing himself.
He's very sad.
60 minutes into the game.
And ETID just too terrified to do anything to play 5-man Dota. They do still have a couple of big cooldowns online right now. I would like to see them try and put a bit more farm priority on the silencer, since, I mean, if he is nothing but a global silence in a fight, then he's actually doing a pretty good job. So, you know, maybe they can try and get a little bit of space for him to farm that level 6.
He needs to be level 6 first for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think they looked for the team fights a little bit too early without the level 6 on the. He has it now, but he didn't have it during the early team fights and without the level 6 on the silencer, which made a big difference. Which would have made a big difference.
Yeah, had they had it. There's an invis on the Warlock, but he's walking straight into a sentry ward.
Yeah, he's
right
straight
now.
through center work. So
I think he just got out of range. Now he's back in range, and I wonder if he's worked it out. He's just running away right now. Nice Fiend's Grip from Dante. Is going to buy them a bit of space. RFX trying to get in position. He's got Skewer ready to go. I think he should have skewered the Lifestealer away there. He's going to be able to jump into the Undying. And the Ink comes last. Huge Dream Crawl on 4. Reverse Polarity thrown out from RFX, but looks like immediately stolen by Rubik. Thrown down. It's 4 already dead, and ooh, RFX now in trouble. Throws out a nuke, but Derailed want this kill. Triple kill now on the puck. So it's, yeah, I'm not optimistic at this point. So, ETID, what lessons do you take away from this into game 2? Assuming that...
Get stronger lanes. They lost every single lanes.
Yeah, just... I mean, they didn't even on paper have lanes that would necessarily do better than what they were being matched up against. Yes, a solo safe lane Lifestealer is a little bit weird, but yeah. Those are his sentry wards. Okay, I thought they weren't his sentry wards, and I was like, eh. But
I guess it doesn't count consumables into your network.
Maybe. Yeah. It doesn't count. But
no, they have Warlock ultimate up and Magus ultimate's down, so they'll lose the tower.
yeah.
It's not structured what they're doing right now. They have no idea what they should be doing right now. Which is give the Silencer just a little bit of space for level 6 and then go for a team fight. Maybe even get the level 11 up on the Magnus, which is also pretty close.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're playing 5-man Dota and it's not working out even in the slightest. I mean, at this point, with the discrepancy the way that it is, I mean, anyone who tries to go solo is probably going to be picked off, but they could just make a little bit of space, Silencer. I mean, they could even tank the small camp for him with one hero so that he can, at least get a little bit of split experience, because it's a big ultimate. I mean, yes, it's got a really long cooldown, but 4 seconds of silence could be enough for them to actually, get into one of these team fights. Nakes has decided that he wants to defuse the blade, so...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And he's just waiting up on this hill. Oh, this is awful. Silencer now in trouble. There's nothing that can stop him. I mean, he could pop reverse, but that's...
Yeah, that's a waste.
I mean, that's a bit of a desperation tactic there. And
for a Silencer which has 16 net worth.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rubik still has reverse, by the way. I don't think... I mean, he's had it pretty much constantly this whole game. And that's a little bit sloppy from the Magnus, I have to say. Giving it away like that. So, I got to admire ETID. Never say die. They're still hanging on, but I mean it's 22 kills, and heading up towards 20k experience and over 20k gold at this point. And now Derailed just go for Roshan. I think they're just waiting for the tap out. There's still no global silence just yet.
They really, if they get a 5-man reverse polarity into a 5-man rock, into a 5-man Kala, into a 5-man everything, then maybe they can do something.
They've got the burst. They need the fatal bonds. I think the fatal bonds needs to go off, but
they really need to do that now. Just don't. Like, they should know they're rushing right now because there's no other place they can.
Yeah, but
they're not doing anything about it. This would have been a nice opportunity. Still on level 6 from Silencer, so...
Yeah, I guess just game plan right now, try and use the high ground advantage to stage a team fight. It's a minor one, but it might have to do. I'd like to see them maybe buy a smoke as well. They do have a smoke, so they can smoke on the high ground and just stop Derailed, seeing where they are and then blinking up and initiating on them so easily. So.
But if they knew what they should do, then they wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah, I think it's... And yeah, in the Nakes pops, I mean, RFX gonna be killed before he can even get reverse polarity off, and now a diffusal blade up on Hot Jimmy's. The Eclipse pops. Bane tried to get something off. We've got the Rock dropped by Warlock, but I mean, it's not to any avail, and the GG well played. They seem to come out.
Let's go to the next one then.
Yeah, so...
It's the best streamer.
Go next. Rubik got Chaotic Offering as well.
Warlock gold.
Yeah, so...
Well, nothing went the way of Dire in that game. They had nothing going for them, absolutely.
Yeah, it was pretty unfortunate, gotta say. But still a best of 3. Still game 2 coming up at the very least. So looking forward to that one.
Same password?
I think it should be the same password. I'll just wait for this game to finish up, and then I'll wrap it up, and we'll be able to get underway. Still waiting on Warlock to disconnect. Yeah, does not disconnect. So, wrapping it up, this has been the Adroit's TT Esports Dota Weekly. This is the 4th week of this competition. We don't have a week coming up on the 3rd. We do have another competition with a slightly different format coming up on the 10th. Big thanks to both Adroit and TT Esports for everything that's gone into this event. This is game 1 of our best of 3 grand final between Derailed and ETID, and we'll be back with game 2 pretty soon. Any closing words, Eslor? Any shoutouts?
Shout out to my sponsor, WinRAR, for giving me a winner license.
Okay, we'll be back with game 2 very, very soon, guys.